Hello, everyone. Welcome to the DigiWind NTNU Open Call webinar number 1. So today we are excited to share how you can secure a 6-month international placement at NTNU in Trondheim, Norway, as a leading technical hub as it is. So through the DigiWind NTNU Open Call, up to 18 selected candidates will have the opportunity to master advanced digital skills in wind energy systems, supported by 6,940 stipend to cover living and subsistence costs. So this is amazing, as you can see. So throughout this whole session, our representatives here from NTNU will provide a comprehensive program overview. We'll walk you through the application process, and in the end, we will have a Q&A part to ensure all of your questions are answered, all of your doubts, and that you have all of the necessary tools to launch your exchange journey. So without further ado, I will pass the floor to our NTNU representatives here today.
Yes, Laura, thank you very much for this very nice introduction, right, to why we are here. And yes, so welcome everyone to this information webinar about this exciting opportunity at NTNU. My name is Olimpo. I am a professor in electrical engineering, and I am part of the Department of Electric Energy at NTNU. And I am very pleased to be joined today by my dear colleague Marit, who is representing the Department of Marine Technology. And we also have here Lisbeth, a senior executive officer from the Unit of International Relationships at NTNU. So the objective of today is to give you that overview of why this opportunity is something that you have to think about very, very seriously, because this is an exciting time in terms of what the industry is doing in the wind energy area. So these scholarships are part of the DigiWind, as Laura mentioned, right? So DigiWind is a digital masters of wind and energy systems, and is part of the European Union Digital Europe program, which is an initiative that is focused on developing specialized education programs and digital tools to support the industry sector. Now, the DigiWind was established in particular to enable academics, researchers, and other people involved in the community to support industry regarding the growing needs for advanced digital skills in their workforce, right? So that's what we can see there in the second bullet point. So this master's is then providing the training in this area, which is substantially important for advance the wind energy sector. Now, what you will be doing if you are successful in obtaining this scholarship is that you will be part of a network of leading European universities in wind and energy systems. Let me tell you what are these leading universities, what is this exciting consortium in DigiWind. So we have 5 pillar universities, right? These universities are internationally leading in the wind energy sector. We have the Norwegian University of Science and Technology. We have the Technological University of the Shannon in Ireland. We have also Gdansk University of Technology in Poland, and we have the Technical University Delft in the Netherlands. And of course, we have our leader, our coordinator, the Danish Technical University in Denmark. Now, these 5 universities are supported by a group of industry innovators, right, who are contributing additional skills and knowledge within this community in the consortium to really put forward the training skills that are needed by the workforce in the wind energy sector. So here we have in Ireland the Irish Manufacturing Research. We have WIFL, we have F6S, and we have CAT people as well in Denmark. So altogether, the DigiWind Consortium, as you can see there in the text, is an exciting group of innovators and academic institutions being led by DTU, and we are all focusing on supporting, as we said before, the industry in providing skilled people in the digital area. So now here in this slide, you can see why the DigiWind project was created. Here we have some testimonial by very key people in leading industries in the wind energy sector. So you can see there Vattenfall, you can see DNV, Siemens Gamesa, Vestas. Of course, well, Siemens Gamesa is now is Siemens Energy, right? But what you can see there in the slide is, of course, very key words, very key sentences in bold, right? So, for example, our colleague Lars from Vattenfall is highlighting that digitalization of the sector will create value, right? And that basically our new workforce or the workforce in the wind energy sector requires of a strong digital competence. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the Norwegian University of Science and Technology, NTNU. So here you can see nice illustrations of our three main campuses, which is obviously, as you can see there in Trondheim, is where we are going to be based for these scholarships, as Laura mentioned before. Now, NTNU has a very exciting vision, which is about creating knowledge for a better world. And here you can also see our core values, right? So we are a creative university, we are critical, constructive, and respectful. So coming back to our main campuses, I mentioned already Trondheim. So we also have another campus in Gjøvik and in Ålesund. And you can see there in the slide information about our faculties, our departments, and also our university museum and library. You can see that most of our student population is located in Trondheim. Our departments involved in these scholarships, the Department of Electric Energy and the Department of Marine Technology, have most of the activity also located in Trondheim, although we are also active in the other two campuses. Now, in this slide, we are giving you a bit more of information about our 8 faculties. And of course, you can see also there our university museum. And I am presenting this slide so that you know where these scholarships are going to be hosted. So the 18 scholarships that Laura mentioned are going to be hosted by 2 faculties. The Faculty of Information Technology and Electrical Engineering, which is my faculty where my department of electric energy is located. And we have the Faculty of Engineering. And Marit's department, the Department of Marine Technology, belongs to that faculty. So let me now tell you a little bit more about the scholarships, right? Because obviously this is what is the key message that we want to give today. So as you can see there in the 2 bullet points over there, we have the type of award and the financial value, right? So the scholarships that we are giving are going to cover an academic semester. So for example, for this autumn semester, Lisbeth, you please correct me if I'm wrong, right? So we run from August to December, right? And the stipend that you will be getting to undertake your studies, thank you, Lisbeth, the stipend you will get is, as Laura indicated before, 6,940 euros, right? And it doesn't matter if you select to do your courses within the Department of Electric Energy or the Department of Marine Technology, the stipend is going to be the same. Now, here in this slide, you can see the courses that we are offering within the Department of Electric Energy. And it is important that you obviously have a look to these courses. In our website, you will have links that will take you to these courses in our website at NTNU, right? And you will see more details about the learning objectives and basically what each of these courses is about. And what is important to observe is that a statement at the top that says about the core DigiWin requirement, right? It means that at least 2 out of the 4 courses must be designated DigiWin courses. So this list that you see on the slide, these are DigiWin courses. So you must take at least 2 of them. And the other 2 courses, you can take them from other courses that are not part of our DigiWin program, right? But our colleagues, Halsten from the Department of Electric Energy, myself, Elizabeth, and others, we can advise you, as to how to put together your package when you come to do this semester in Trondheim. Now, the same situation happens with the training program, the training package at the Department of Marine Technology, right? So if your background is such that you have to go well, not that you have to go, but that you need to take your training in the Marine Technology Department, then you have to take at least 2 of the courses in this list, and the other 2, you have more flexibility about which courses you can take. And again, Mari can help us here, or other professors involved in the DigiWin project will be also available for you to give you further advice, But then again, just remember that there is that DigiWin requirement. So it will be 4 courses, at least 2 of them will have to be from the list that we are showing in our slide. Now, coming to my last slide. So here you can see the timeline, right? For the moment we open the application until the start of the academic semester, for those who will be obviously awarded with a scholarship. So perhaps here the key point to know is that the application, well, the deadline for application is the 1st of May, right, Laura? So 1st of May is we will be closing, obviously, we will be stopping receiving applications at 5 o'clock Central European time. And then you can see we will go through a process of evaluation, and you will know the results towards the end of May on the 25th. And then we will start the process, of course, of enrollment from 26 May to 30th of June until we come to the starting of the academic semester in Trondheim, which, as you can see there, is 10th of August 2026, which is the date for the matriculation ceremony. So I think these are the slides that I have prepared for this information webinar, right? And the next slide is obviously about receiving questions, so that my colleagues, together with me, we can answer any queries you may have. Also, I want to show you this slide, which has additional information on our DigiWin project, right? So you can see how you can access us or know more about us through different social media. I have also included in this slide my email address, so olimpo.anaya-lara@ntnu.no, and I would like to act as the NTNU point of contact, so that if you have any particular questions, then I will be able to see which of my colleagues may be more appropriate to answer, right? It may be Mari, it may be Lisbeth, Halstead, but I propose we do that, right? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Olimpo, for this insightful presentation. So without further ado, let's jump right into the questions that we may have. So the first one is on course selection. So we've seen that students must take 30 credits in total, including at least 2 designated DigiWin courses, as you presented. So if a student finds a course that perfectly matches their research interests, but isn't on the DigiWin list, can that be used as the one flexible choice course? And if so, who approves this alignment?
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Laura. So what I will do here is to pass on to my dear colleague Halsten that I can see here. I imagine Halsten that you can help us with this question.
I would say the answer would be yes, because like it was stated on the slide, you have the possibility to select 2 courses freely, and they can be chosen based on, well, of course, you need approval from your home university for which courses you want to take. But from our side, I can approve selection of courses from the electric power or electric engineer energy department, and then probably someone at the marine department will do the same.
Yeah, correct. Thank you, Halsten. And yes, in the marine department, of course, will be our colleague Marit or Amir Nejat, So there will be people who will be able to advise that these courses with not part of DigiWind are adequate, to have a nice training package at NTNU, Laura. But yes, so my colleagues Halsten and Marit can be a point of contact there to help. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And jumping in straight on to the second question on eligibility and partnerships. So the call mentions that applicants must be from a university with an active NTNU exchange agreement. If a student's home university isn't currently on the official partnership list, is there still time to contact the coordinating team to see if an agreement can be fast-tracked before the deadline?
Yes, so I will pass this one to both, Halsten and Lisbeth. I think this is not an issue, right? Because I think that a new agreement can be perhaps arranged. I mean, it's not time consuming to arrange a new agreement, Elizabeth or Halsten, but please correct me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what I should answer here because it's my colleagues who work with the agreements. They're not in this meeting, so I don't actually work with agreements. But I think we'll just have to be contacted and find out and pass a question on to whoever's responsible for that country that the student is coming from. But NTNU has agreements in most countries, and we have very many agreements. So maybe this won't even be an issue, but we will take it if it happens. I don't know if Halsten has anything to add to this.
If there is no agreement, we can look into if the course portfolio at the given university is interesting for exchange for us, and we can ask the Office of International Relations to make an agreement.
Very nice.
Perfect. So I see that it's no issue then.
So I think this is not a massive obstacle, Laura, I will say. Of course, there are ways to explore, a solution from what I hear from Lisbeth and Halsten. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. The third and last question that we have is on the evaluation criteria. So since 25% of the evaluation is based on a positive mindset towards the green digital energy transition, what specific elements should the applicants highlight in their personal statement to best demonstrate this commitment to the selection committee?
Yes. So I think that one is also a very good, an interesting question. Perhaps maybe Marit, you want to help us here, or maybe Halsten. I know that Marit, you are a young academic and you graduated your PhD not long ago, of course, a few years ago, but not as far as me, But maybe you can tell us a little bit of how is your passion, why you wanted to do your studies. First of all, in marine technology, what is it that attracted to you? How you will put it in some few thoughts, Marit, here.
Very good question, Olimpo. I think it's more than 10 years ago that I defended my PhD, actually. But I think the question wasn't like what do we look for, right, in applications, and
Exactly.
how should it be expressed? isn't that maybe like describe your personal motivation? I think is and
Yes.
if like to which degree you've been involved in renewable energy technologies or in green transition projects before, or yeah, I think
Exactly. I think that is an excellent comment, Marik, that they can communicate in their statement their involvement in past projects or research activities or any other outreach activities, focusing precisely on the topic of climate change, and being conscious about the environment, and to show there are always things or ways in which they can show the passion, that they are always about enhancing living conditions for the world, basically, for the whole of the society. And it's not that difficult, to put it in a few sentences or keywords. But it's an excellent point, huh? So just for the applicants to know, well, Halsten, Marit, Lisbeth, I will be in sort of part of that evaluation committee, so we will be able to really have a feeling of the applicant. Mhm.
Okay, great. Thank you, Olimpo. I think students, potential applicants just wanted some tips and tricks on how to convince the committee to be accepted. But taking into account that we don't have any further questions to be answered right now, I think we can now wrap this session. And as a final reminder, I would just like to say that the application window on the F6S platform is open, as Olympus said, until May 1st, end of day, if I'm not mistaken, until 17 CET. So please ensure that you have all of your documentation ready to be uploaded on the F6S platform. And if you are unsure about your university's exchange status, or do you want to see how we can collaborate with each other, just reach out to the help desk immediately so you don't have to miss out on this opportunity. Also, if you need to review the timeline or the specific course requirements we have discussed today, the recording of this session will be provided on the DigiWind YouTube channel very soon. And without a further ado, thank you for your time today, and we look forward to welcoming many of you to Trondheim, Norway this August.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you, everyone.
Marit, and Lisbeth and Alston for joining today and clarifying all of the questions.
Thank you, Laura.